Okay, so this is going to be fairly quick, this video, because I've already started trying to record this and I realized I didn't have the audio on. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make Chainsaw Man in Magic Poser. Now, one of my viewers asked this question in the comments below. Just, of the possibility. In fact, let me pull it up. It was actually a good question. And if I could get it, then it will save some time. Yeah, would it be possible to make Chainsaw Man to then pose him in different angles and trace over him instead of sketching up every single pose like you did here? So that was based on my last video of making Chainsaw Man. Well, yes, it is possible. In fact, as you can see here, I have something that kind of looks like Chainsaw Man right here. In fact, what I did is I took some objects like the half circle and the cube, and then I grouped them together. And then I angled it just to fit right on the forearm. And then, which actually is kind of funny because now I realize that Chainsaw Man's arm actually doesn't rotate. But, I guess that doesn't really... I don't think anybody cares, but even still, I guess this is literally a tangent, but nonetheless, is I went ahead and I'll just pretend like I didn't say that. Anyway, the thing about Chainsaw Man is that you can do it this way and be able to put him in different poses and draw something really, really cool. But there's a better way that I realized when I was trying to work on making this video the first time. And that is, you can actually group objects in this app within the props feature. So what do I mean by that? Is I'll tap on this model, and then I'll tap on the hand, that orange circle. And then when I tap on it, you'll see there's a props on the bottom in the UI. The user interface. So if I tap on the props, now I can pull up, props from any of, I can attach a truck to this guy. That would be really ridiculous, like a plane or a motorcycle. But yeah, I can attach anything I want to his arm and it'll stick with him. As you see here, I've actually already done that. I went ahead and attached the basically the same thing here, the half circle and the cube. And what I was doing is I was working on making a new basically chainsaw, because I realized that I can actually just make the same thing I did over here, but have it be spaced right here. But the only problem is you can't group in this process, but it doesn't really matter actually, because it's already sort of grouped. Now right now, there's still a little bit of a problem with this as well, is that even though I can move this character's or this model's, arm and the props stay with it and it acts like it's grouped, the one problem that goes on with this is that if I ever want to change something about this arm, which actually, luckily, I wouldn't have to really worry about it, but like if I wanted to change this arm, it might actually be a little tricky, because like, let's say I want this to be over here, then I have this out of place. So the half circle will be out of place if I move one part of this. And that's what makes it tricky. Now, if you get it right the first time, you actually won't have to worry about it. In fact, let's say I did a preset. Let's go back to the normal T-pose. And then now that I have my T-pose, let's take a look at this and see if I can rotate this. Now, thankfully, I can turn these both on, which is the Euler angles and also the local axis. And I can actually base this on the local axis and get this right. So that's what makes this moving this a little bit easier. And let's see here. We'll go ahead and try and tweak this just a tad bit more. And then let's see if I can get this angle or lined up properly. Okay, and now I'm not looking at Chainsaw Man as a reference, but what's nice about this is I can actually use these angles right here. Like, let's say the green y-axis 59.95. I'll go here and put this on 59.95. Okay, so now it's going to be the similar angle. I don't know if it's the exact angle because it's on a local axis. I don't know if that's accurate, but even still, let's in fact, you know what, I think I'll have to take it off the local axis to get it actually right. So this is what it is. Yeah, it's still the same. And then for the blue z-axis, 9631. So that what we're trying to do is we're trying to get this to be the same angle. 9631. Did I say that right? Okay. And it might be negative. Oh, nope, it's not. So let's go back here. Let's make sure that we're on the right there. And then let's do the x-axis, 9185. Let's see if I can get this right. 9185. Okay, it looks like it's close. Let's do that there. Oh, that's not what I want either, but that's still pretty close, I'd say. And now we're just going to try and position it a little bit more. So let's see this axis. Yeah, that's what I want. And let's see. You know, sometimes what's tricky about doing this rotating with the different models or props is you have to think about it like it's on a 180 degree or a 360 degree or a 90 degree turn. So what I mean by that is, like, let's say that this cube here, I want to rotate it so it's just lining up exactly with the cube, 9185. But let's say, you know, this, why is this not working at 9185? Well, it's because the original angle that this model, you know, what is it? There's a term for when you are playing a video, spawned. Yeah. So this object, when this object spawned in, it spawned in at an angle or a direction that was not like this cube. So that's why these aren't matching up, and that's okay. So how do I get this to work? Well, I actually can subtract this 9185 with maybe the one with the what's it called, with the 180. So I'll take 180 degrees minus 91.85, and that will likely be the direction or the angle I want. So 8815. Let's see if that works. 8815. That's not too far off. You could see. Okay, it's still not quite what I'm looking for. So it might also be that it's because the blue angle. No, actually, it's probably it. I'm not exactly sure what the deal is there. Sometimes it takes a little bit of figuring out. But either way, I know I have this lined up the way I want, so that's good. And let's go ahead and skew that down. And I just won't worry about it. You know, sometimes you just can, it's better just to eyeball this than to worry about the math on the rotating angles. Sometimes it's helpful, sometimes, you know, you just don't want to deal with math. And I'm sure some of you can get that. All right, so now the width of that is also not going to be quite lined up, but that's okay. And let's see. And sometimes, you know, like if you mess something up, sometimes it's just better just to start over again. So I almost wanted just to delete this both, since I redid the position on this, the T pose as well. Like when I used the preset, I just thought, okay, well, maybe I should just go ahead and do that. So here we go. We've got Chainsaw Man's arm. Let's see if these are way huge. So let's go ahead and extend that a little bit longer and make sure that we are not missing anything. All right, and so now let's get this duplicated. Duplicate. Let's get it rotated, hopefully the opposite direction. See if that works. Nope, that didn't quite work. So let's just go ahead and rotate it. We'll punch it all the way back here. and rotate it just a tad to get it lined up right. Now, one thing to mention is that when you are actually trying to make the head for Chainsaw Man, you'll notice that there isn't a prop feature actually for the head. Now, I hope that they change this in the future. It would be so awesome to attach things not just to the head, but also to the feet or other parts of the bodies whenever they move. Then that way you can have maybe a full body of armor. That'd be incredible that you customize or make. But right now it's only just the hands. And so with that in mind, that means that if you make the helmet or the head for Chainsaw Man, you're actually going to be moving around kind of similar to this avatar head that I had some help in making based on my logo. So if you notice, my head is actually grouped as a bunch of different objects, geometric shapes, and it moves whenever I move it. But like if I move the model, then I also have to move the head to line up. And now I don't have to worry so much about the head looking right. That's kind of the nice thing about having like an avatar head that you create similar to this, because then you can just go ahead and simply just plug and play, or have it cover or whatever it is, because you're just gonna, if you're gonna do this for some artwork and have your character look like a certain way, and you have an avatar head, all you're gonna do is just trace over it anyway. So that is one answer I have for how you might get past the whole having an avatar face or helmet for your characters, especially characters like Chainsaw Man. All right. I think we've almost got it. Probably spending a little too much time on it because all I had to do is just explain it. But I wanted to show you that it's possible. That's possible. So now here we have it. And now remember, it's attached to the arm. So when I move this arm, it should move along with it. Oh, now I wonder if there's a zone that this is in, that this is not actually fitting in. Oh, you know what it is? It's because I hit the duplicate, and that's why it didn't show up in there. So instead of duplicating, if I want to add another prop, I actually have to hit the props and go right to the semicircle and then add it in like that. Now, again, this is really tedious, but if you want to get Chainsaw Man looking the way Chainsaw Man looks, get the poses all right, get the preset, the hand, everything, then that's what you just have to do. And that's just not going to happen unless you are patient. But there you go. That's how you would make Chainsaw Man in Magic Poser. I hope that was helpful and that you learned something here. And I look forward to seeing your Magic Poser creations in the very near future. If you feel like you'd like to learn more about Magic Poser, and there's just so much to learn, it's actually a lot simpler than you think. And you can get started right away. I actually made a video walkthrough, breaking down just all the different features. It's actually not that long of a video. Go ahead and watch it right here, and we'll see you in the next video.